Hello everyone, this is Jen with Jensen Art. I am an acrylic artist and I am here today to paint with all of you and share some exciting news that is going on in Jensen Art for August. I would love for you to say hello when you get here and tell us where you're watching from. Please excuse all the mess behind me. I have stuff everywhere. And this is what I was trying to get in the camera just a second ago. We are working on our, hello Tracy, we are working on our fall and I guess fall and Christmas holiday special right now. We are taking registration for it. And this year, our holiday special, if you have not been up to par, our holiday special is a 4-foot tall fall porch leaner, but it's a reversible. And when you turn it over, you have the Christmas side as well. And so what we are going to be doing in August, hello everyone, come on in and say hello when you get here. What we're going to be doing in August is, let me check something real quick. My sound. Okay, I'm going to do this and hopefully y'all can I'm still connected. I'm going out of wireless and I'm going to hardwire because I feel like it's skipping a little bit. So this is going to be our pop-up paint party. I always have one holiday special pop-up paint party, and this is it. This is the big one. This is the big one. It is 4 feet tall. It is 1 foot wide, and I've gotten a lot of questions on where I got the board. Home Depot or Lowe's. They have what's called common board, and a common board is it's already pre-cut. It's nice and clean. In Louisiana, which is where I am, it is pine, and it was $17 for one board. $17 and some change. I don't remember exactly what it is. So that is where I got the board. Now you can find boards that are reversible that have two sides to them. Maybe at Hobby Lobby, they may not be as big as this, but they will all work. Okay. Also, if you sign up before August 18th, we are going to be painting these, which are Christmas. They can be ornaments. They can be tags. You can do whatever you want with them. And fall, actually, these can also be Christmas. They're like universal. Okay. These are more Christmas oriented, and these were supposed to be more fall oriented. But if you think about it, these can also be Christmas as well. So these are available for free. The templates get shipped. If you order the tags, which my husband and I make the tags, if you order the tags from us, you get 2 tags. You get the video for free, the videos for free, and you get all 4 templates for these, and you get the jute. You get the rope with the tags if you order them. If you join the pop-up paint party, which is this, before August, help me, August what? It's Friday, the 18th, I think it is. Before August 18th, you get the videos for these tutorials, for these extra tutorials for free. Okay, you get to keep those videos. All right, the tags are a separate option to actually purchase a physical product. You don't have to do that. But if you do, you get 2 tags, you get 4 templates, and you get 2 jutes that all go together and they're shipped to your house. So that's just an extra option, extra bonus. Hello, Justine. Hi, Nona. Hi, Sue. So tell us, who is joining us for the holiday reversible pop-up paint party? We'd love to know if you are joining us. Nona wants to know, how do we order the tags? If you give me just 1 second, they're in my Etsy shop, and my Etsy shop is Ginseng Art, like just one word, Ginseng Art. But I'm going to see if I can pull them up for you before we get started. We are painting today as well, so don't go anywhere because we're about to start. Here it is. Let me see if I can share that link with all of y'all. Share, copy. Let's go. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Kenletta. We're so glad y'all are here, my friends. Thank y'all for being here. Hi, Nona. Sue says she is registered and she is ready. I think I just mailed your tags to you, Sue, as well. I was shipping some out yesterday, and I'm going to be shipping some more out today. Kenletta says she is registered, ready to go. We are so excited. I'm going to add a screen here because we're going to start painting today. What we're going to be painting is we are going to be painting a mom. Hang on, I printed out my sheet and I forgot to go pick it up. It's in my printer room, my other bedroom. Okay, so we're painting a mom today. And the reason why I decided to paint a mom, let me show it to you right here. The reason why I decided to paint a mom is because one of the items on this is a huge mum. See right there? That's only one piece of the whole project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus just on this mum today. And I printed out a sheet for you to see. Let me go ahead and change this view. Let me change that. Let's see if I can switch that around. Okay. And I have this right here. This is just a picture that I just pulled off of the internet. Actually, I got it from a free website that allows you to use their pictures. And I'm just going to cut it to make it smaller. I'm not going to use it as a template. I don't need a template for this. But I'm more focused on just the mum itself. And let's go ahead and zoom in some more. I'm more focused on the mum itself and not on the base or anything. And so let's talk about what I have here that we're going to work on. I am working on a 6x6 gallery profile from Blick. It's a Blick Premier. And I'm going to go ahead and pop that. Sorry about the noise. I'm going to take all the paper off of it. This is a candle. And this is 1.5 inch thick. I like to buy the thick ones. I think they make more of a professional difference. Okay, so that's why I have that one right there. You said mom. We're painting a mom. That's funny. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can get my view a little bit. It's too low. Let me fill this a little bit more. Okay, let's try that and see if that works. I'm going to start with an under, like some kind of wash. And I'm trying to think, since I'm painting let me get my palette out for y'all and move all this over. Since I'm painting an orange and yellow, the colors that I know that I am going to need for this are, well, first of all, I'm going to need some white. So I'm going to put some white on my palette. And I'm going to use mostly quinacridone red and I always forget the name of it, cadmium yellow. Cadmium yellow medium and cadmium yellow light. I had to put my cadmium yellow medium in a little tube here, or a little jar, because I lost the cap to the tube that I had. Go figure, right? For those of y'all who know me. I lost the cap and it kept drying out on me. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to squeeze the rest of it out and put it in a little jar here. And these work really well to save your paint if you have to. Okay, so I have cadmium yellow medium, quinacridone red. This is white. I'm also going to put some red ochre, which is kind of like a burnt sienna. And I'm going to use that for my wash, actually. And then I'm going to put some Mars Black right there next to that. Not sure how much of that I'm going to use. And I don't know, that might or might not be all the colors I use. We shall see as we go. But those are the colors that came to mind first through the whole process. Cassie, it does look kind of dark, doesn't it? And it's not the lack of light. I think it's the setting on my camera because I have 4 lights shining on me right now. And I am using a new, let me see if I can fix this. I am using a new camera, extra camera settings. Let's see. Nope, that's not going to work. It does look dark though, doesn't it? No, Nona, you do not need to specify the templates because they're just going to be added to your order. Okay. Yeah, I noticed that it's dark too, and I don't have a way to make it lighter without like turning the camera on during the live. I can't fool with the camera. It's like already got its settings done. So maybe if I turn off some lights, sometimes that makes the camera become more vibrant. You know, the camera settings become more vibrant. And nope, that's not working. So we'll deal with it today. I'm not sure why it's so dark today. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm going to see if I'm going to edit the video after we finish with the video and see if I can change the settings on it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with just a big paintbrush, all right? And I'm just going to take this red, what did I call it? Red ochre. Yeah, I'm going to put that down first. I like that color. Now, the reason why I use an underpainting for most of my paintings now is because I love the way that it looks when I have an underpainting. And you can see all of the painting strokes. I'm going to add a little bit of yellow to it. You can see all of the painting strokes through. There we go. I like that color better. You can see the color through it. And it's just one of my favorite things to do these days on my paintings. So let me turn this one back on. Try that. Oh, that's a little brighter, isn't it? Or maybe it was my arm making it a little brighter. It's very weird. It's instead of using my phone, I'm using a DSLR camera so that I don't have to hook my phone up every single time I do a video. I love the camera, the DSLR camera, but I'm still learning the settings to get the right, to get everything right with it. So we shall work on that. All right, so I added a little bit of yellow And you see how my canvas is kind of loose? I'm going to spray the back of it with some water. And you're going to see how that's going to help. I'm just making sure the water soaks into the canvas. That's going to help the canvas tighten up. And so you won't have as much play in your canvas. I keep on adding a little bit of water as well because we are in the 100-degree mark here in Louisiana, and the air conditioner never stops, and the fans are going and everything. So my paint dries extremely fast at this time of the year. So I have to use additional water, and I have to use medium as well to keep my paint from drying so fast. How many of y'all are in those southern states where it's just extremely hot right now? Because we are definitely feeling it. Okay, that's why I wear my hair up all the time. Let me make this screen bigger since you can't see my face in the screen anyway. All right, there we go. So yeah, everything is, hello, Kamala. Hi, Carrie and Carol. Kamala says it's hot. Yes, it is so hot. Connie and Tracy, we were actually going to go hiking this morning because Michael's off today. He's off. He has to work every other weekend because he is a crisis responder, the 988 call for crisis responders. He's one of the responders. Like, he's who you actually call and talk to. And so he has to work every other weekend. And so he's off during the week every once in a while. And so today was an off day. So yeah, so we were going to go hiking today, and we got up early, and we were like, it's just too hot. It's too humid. It's too hot. We're going to be miserable. So we canceled. We canceled. I hate that we canceled because I really need to go hiking. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm not even going to focus on the base because I don't really want it to be a part of what we're focusing on. I'm just going to focus on the actual mum. So the mum, I'm going to make it like really big. This is going to be my shape. I'm just shaping it out. And let me talk to you about the colors and what I'm using as I'm shaping it out. So what I'm using is a large filbert brush. It's a number 6 silver Bristolin 1903. I have no idea where I got this from. It's probably from Blick.com. That's where I order most of my stuff. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of making the design. I'm trying to make sure that everything that I do, this is not going to be the actual painting. I'm just making sure that, okay, this is the size. This is pretty much the size that I'm going to go with. You can see I kind of outlined that. And this, of course, is going to be much more yellow in here. All right. And that's pretty much it. I just want the whole thing to be filled up. This is a 6x6, if y'all were wondering. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually start developing the painting. And I'm using quinacridone red, which is basically just like it's like a magenta, like a really dark magenta almost. And I'm using red ochre. And I'm going to tap into just a teeny bit of yellow there. And I want the first layer to be pretty dark. So I know it's a little bit darker than the photo, but I want it to be. I do. I really, really do. So I'm using the side of the filbert brush, and my main focus is I'm just pushing and pulling. What I mean by pushing is I'm pushing down and then I'm pulling in. I'm pushing down, I'm making that nice little round edge, and then I'm pulling in. I have a lot of paint on my paintbrush. I'm pushing down and I'm pulling in. Okay, I don't want to cover up every single space. I want to leave some space for everything else. So I'm just going to start with that layer. And then what's going to happen, I'm going to push down, pull in, push down, pull in. As I'm going, I'm just going to continue to do this over and over and over. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of a lighter color as we go. And the first question you're going to ask is, how am I going to make it lighter? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to use the red. Okay, the red and the red ochre, the quinacridone red and the red ochre were the two main colors, and very little yellow. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep on using that combination, but I'm going to pull in more and more yellow. And what the yellow is going to do is it's going to make a lighter value every single time. So every single layer as I go in, you're going to see a lighter. As we come in closer, you're going to see a lighter value, and then you're going to see another lighter value. And then as we get more to the middle, we're going to eventually be almost all yellow. Okay, so it's not going to have the same exact colors as this particular mom or chrysanthemum. I should have said chrysanthemum, from the beginning. But it is going to have a lot of those different values, and you'll be able to see how pretty it's going to end up. We're also going to come back and make like those little, right on the edge. See how the edges have a little bit of yellow on them? We're going to actually do that too. I'm going to pick this up so I can move it. Add some. Notice how I'm working with the paint too. I'm not just going plop down right in the middle of a blob of paint. I'm going to the side of the paint, like pretend like this is a hill of paint, and I'm grabbing from the edge of the hill and I'm pulling some more paint away from that big, the big hill, okay? Because I don't want to just make a big mark right in the middle of my paint. It just makes the paint not work as well, and it gets all contaminated. So I'm just going in and I'm just pulling a little bit of that paint off of the hill, and then I'm mixing it in together. And then I'm coming in, I need some more yellow. So I noticed that I have trouble going light. I always end up making my paintings much darker than I want them to. And that is a skill that I am just slowly working on, that I've noticed over the years of painting. I always end up at the end of my painting, I'm like, darn it, it's not as bright as I wanted it to be. So that's just something that I know for myself that I really need to work on. Aren't these colors gorgeous? Really like them. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm noticing that on this area here, my little petals are getting skinnier and skinnier, and they're not all perfect. You know, they're not all perfect like this little oval that I'm making. So I'm going to start using a little bit less of the brush, and I'm going to give myself some smaller. See, I need more yellow. I'm not going quite light enough. I want to start going lighter. I'm going to use smaller strokes. And I purposely started holding the paintbrush further back. I know for me, holding the paintbrush further back actually gives me more leverage to flip the paintbrush. If I'm holding the paintbrush right here, I'm too tight, and I'm just going to make, let me show you what I mean. Let me get my little, these are really important techniques for being looser. So I'm just going to take my mixed media pad and show you something. On an empty spot. Okay, so if I'm holding the paintbrush right here, really close to the end like you would a pencil, then you're preventing your strokes from having movement. You see how little my strokes are? But I'm putting a little bit more water on my paint so it'll move better. If I hold my paintbrush like maybe halfway, let's go halfway. Look how much further I can make my paintbrush just by flicking my fingers like this, back and forth. And then if I hold my paintbrush all the way at the end, look what I can do. See that? So the area that you hold your paintbrush has a lot to do with what kind of strokes you're going to be creating. And right now, what I'm doing here is I'm wanting some skinny, longer strokes. So I'm purposely going to grab my paintbrush. I'm going to push my fingers back. I'm going to make it longer. And I'm going to add more yellow because you can't see what I'm doing. And I need to add more yellow. And I'm just going to make those little strokes there. And they're easier to make because you're allowing yourself more movement in your wrist and your fingers. So you see that? Okay. And I'm going to keep on adding more yellow. I like long handle paintbrushes because of that, because I like the movement. I like the, that's a lot of yellow. I'm going to kind of calm that down. I like the movement. Y'all, this is just the same stroke over and over. But what we're doing is we're just adding lighter and lighter values as we go. I don't like that, so I'm going to switch it. I need to go this way. And then I'm going to add another layer closer. Notice that I'm starting I'm not going all the way out here to start my stroke. I'm going closer and closer in to start my strokes. And I'm going to grab a little bit of white now because I want to start really bringing in that brighter color, like super, super bright. Even though my paintbrush still has a lot of that red on it, I still want you see how I'm just coming in further and further. Notice how I load my paintbrush. I know I've said this already, but I'm loading my paintbrush by spreading it out with the tip of my paintbrush, and I'm making it nice and thin right there on the end. Let's go just in the yellow, and let's see if we can just grab some yellow. Okay, so I'm going to grab a different paintbrush. I don't want to clean this one off. So I'm going to grab a different paintbrush, another filbert. Oh, please let me find another filbert. There we go. This one's a little bit small. Oh, this one's a good one. Nope, I like this one. Okay, so this one's a little bit smaller. Okay, this is the same. No, this is a number 6 Da Vinci Nova Synthetics. Okay, so very interesting point here. These are 2 different brands of paintbrushes. This is a Da Vinci. It's a number 6. This is a Silver Bristolon. It's a number 6. They have nothing in common. Maybe they're the same length, but the bristles are not even the same length, and the width of the end of the paintbrush is not even the same. So I do not know. I mean, I guess the number for the paintbrush is the number for the brand. It's not a universal number. It's only a number that corresponds to the brand of the paintbrush. So just because I'm saying a number 6 does not mean that you can go to the store and just buy any number 6 paintbrush. Okay? So that's why I usually end up saying it's about 1/4 of an inch thick, because that's a very interesting concept to learn, especially if you're new. Because you think, oh, I'm going to go buy a number 6 paintbrush. Nope, that's not going to be, you know, a number 6 filbert. It does not necessarily mean it's the same size paintbrush. You just have to make sure you get the same exact brand, and then you would get the same number. Now see how I'm trying to go into that center there? And I'm trying to just, it's still wet, so it's kind of hard for me to get everything I want. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go back into that yellow, and I'm going to spruce up the edges of my reds. Let's see if I can do this. I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind. Let's grab a little bit of this. Ooh, I like that color. Trying to make it a little bit brighter on the ends. See all those ends? Bringing them out. I'm gonna put this video in my video editing software, and I'm going to see, I'm pretty sure I can change the brightness of the video. I just can't do it while I'm live. So I'm going to repost this video with brighter finish. I know it's kind of dark right now. Need a little more of the yellow. Don't mess it up, Ginger. You know I always do that, huh? I work it too much. All right, let's bring in a little bit of that darker red ochre, because I'm going back over this. It's too much red. I want to go back to that kind of that bronze color. And then in here, I'm going to bring in a little bit of red. Just working on all of those values. Let's bring in, if you look at this photo, look where you see, oops, I just put paint all over it. Look where you see all those little yellow spots right there. I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to put some of those little yellow spots right on the edge of some of those. I'm just making it up. I'm not actually following the exact photo. Let's go with this. And then what I'm going to do is, now the background is only, it's not the actual background. It's only the underpainting. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to decide on a background, and I'm going to work my way around it. So I'm going to take, let's go with a flat. I'm going to grab a flat this time. I'm going to find my flat, a good flat brush. This one, nope, not good. Oh, I have a good one right here. I was using the other thing. And this is just it's probably a good size. This is a number 12, the Fine Touch. That's from Hobby Lobby. Okay, number 12 flat. And since I'm working with all these rust colors, I'm going to look at, let me show you what I'm thinking. This is my color wheel. And right now, the painting does not pop at all. And so I want it to pop. And by popping, I mean I want a contrasting background. So if I go to my rust colors, it's kind of like your reds and your oranges. And directly across from that is like your blue greens. All right. However, these blue greens are not going to accentuate my painting at all. They're too vibrant, and the colors that I have in here are much more muted. So I have these little swatches that I saved when I mix colors together. Ooh, that's a pretty color. So I'm looking for something in the green or blue area. That's a pretty color too. This one's kind of drawing my eyes the most. And I'm looking at, okay, how is that going to look against these? Okay, that's pretty as well. So I have this one here that I really, really like. It's ultramarine blue and cadmium yellow light and a little bit of white. I think I'm going to try to mix that one. So you see how I'm trying to decide on my background? So let me grab my ultramarine blue. I already have the cadmium yellow on my palette. So let's see if I can mix these colors together. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough, but we're going to try. I'm going to mix some colors together. I'm just going to use this little rubber mallet. I'm going to take some cadmium yellow, some ultramarine blue, and see it's making like a really, really vibrant green there. Super, super dark green. Not liking the rubber mallet. It's getting all over it. So I'm taking it off. And I'm going to try a smaller palette knife. Here we go. This one looks good. Scrape all of that up. Okay, so this is super dark, but it is very pretty. It's just a really, really dark green. And then I'm going to grab some white and bring that in there. And then I'm going to analyze it and see what I think. Okay, so I can see the color that's coming out. It is really pretty. It's a lot of what I was just showing y'all on the swatch. Y'all can see it. But it's still a little bit too dark. And it's still a little bit too green. So I'm going to take just a teeny bit of ultramarine blue and a teeny bit of white. And I'm going to mix a bit more of that in there. And hopefully I'm mixing enough. Still, let's just go with this. And then I'm going to, as we go, I'm going to mix some, let me take all the paint off of this palette knife. I'm going to mix some white in it. So watch what I'm going to do. This is going to be the fun part. I love working like this. I love bringing in my background after the painting is done because you can see the peaks of the underpainting. I'm going to add some white to it, and I'm going to bring in a little bit of, now I'm using kind of a small paintbrush because I have to go in between a little bit. I'm not trying to get exactly next to the flower. I'm just trying to kind of just shape around the petals. Just shape around the petals. And you're going to see this pop once we get these colors in here. A little more white might make it fun. I'm okay with it leaving some cracks. See, like right here, you can kind of see that rust color in there. I'm okay with that. I like that. I like that look. It's just it's a fun look. I like the roughness and the texture. I like the almost looks like it's not finished look, you know? It's super fun. A little more white there. Now that dark green would have been pretty too, but I'm really enjoying this one. Look at that. That's really pretty. I'm going to paint the sides as well. I have enough paint. Really, really loose. Used it all up. Perfect amount. Had just enough. Let's get a little bit of water in there to finish this off. Okay, how awesome is that? All right, so this is the way I had it, but you know what? I kind of like it like this. Like this would be the, oh shoot. Y'all saw what I just did? My paintbrush got in the red and I didn't want that. Hang on. Are y'all laughing at me? Because I got my red. Take that off. Let it dry and just cover it up. Okay. I had a big old splash of red right there. There we go. Fixed it. No issues at all. Look at that. All right. If you think that it needs a little bit more fun, I think it does. I am going to grab my filbert brush again. And I'm going to tap into this yellow. And I'm going to add some white. And I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to add another layer that's even brighter right in the top parts. Right there. Just a little bit brighter. And then maybe I feel like I overdid it. So I'm going to go back to a little bit of the darker. And just kind of fill that in a little bit. And then I think that's it. I really like it. I say I think that's it, and y'all see what I'm doing. I'm just going back in and adding some more colors because it's so much fun. And I feel like these colors would work really well. Like that. A little bit more. And look at that. How beautiful is that? All right. Oops, y'all. How long have I been off of the screen? Hopefully y'all saw the final layer I added. I'm not sure when the screen went off, but I will definitely fix this video and repost it. So there you go, guys. There is my mom. I hope y'all enjoyed this. And y'all have a great afternoon. I hope to see y'all again soon. And come and join us in our pop-up paint party. We're going to have so much fun. And it's cute. It's adorable. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for being here. And we'll see you next time. Bye.